Britney Spears was not intoxicated. She was chill. The manager from that restaurant is speaking out. Plus, so many comments have been attacking me for my interview with Sam Lutfi. We need to discuss. Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I am Andy Signore. I'm here in Arizona, Tucson. My mom's garage. She makes amazing gourd art. Please, she's our sponsor. Check out gourdfineart.com to see her amazing handmade pieces. I'm here supporting because, as I told a lot of you guys in the full video, you can watch the full video where I also debated with Donna. But I'm here supporting mom because she is, as I revealed, has dealing with cancer. She's just wrapping up some chemo, planning for surgery. So please send her all your prayers. She's doing better. I think she's going to get through this, but I know a lot of you face that as well. So my heart goes out to everybody else who's had to face that scary battle. I have been facing it too for a while, and I've been sort of keeping it in, but we could use your prayers. So please send them over. Sending out, and if you really want to help, go pick out one of her pieces. That would really blow her mind. And Gourd Fine Art is on Instagram as well. But that aside, that's why I'm here, and I'm here with amazing guests. Look at all these people. Here, sorry, we got Daily Dose of Donna here, Louis Lecca in their report, and our own Michelle on the phone. And look, I want to be clear. Donna and I had a really good debate. It was like an hour-long debate. I really defended Britney, and Donna came as a devil's advocate to share some stuff she learned in the book. She did not tell me what's in this title, okay? That was not her. That was other comments I got, guys, and I wanted to bring it up, and I wanted to talk to all of you because I've been getting a lot of backlash over, not a lot, but some in the comments over this interview with Sam Lutfi that we did. And I don't know, I felt like it was a pretty damn good interview. Part 3 drops tomorrow, and it's the best one yet. Don, I want to start back with you as we can do a truncated version of what we said. You just have issues of, after reading the book, you're not fully sold that it's all K-Fed's fault. Is that how would you sum it up in a sort of a quicker way, your viewpoint?
Well, Blake Lively taught me last week that a form of narcissistic abuse is telling a woman that she's crazy. So I wanted to be very clear that I did not call Britney Spears crazy.
You didn't.
Okay. So now that that's out of the way, I don't feel that it's a zero-sum game in this situation. I don't feel like there's a good one and a bad one. I feel like we have a victim, Britney, and we have many people that are dealing in her corner, not in her corner, that are using her and not using her. But listening to Kevin Federline's book, and I'm going to be honest, I had free credits on Audible, so I was like, I'll listen to it. And I did say it earlier that listening to him read a book was painful. He sounds like a robot. He is the worst reader in the world. But if anything that he is saying is true, I did get a vibe from him that he, A, cares deeply about his children, and B, had a very, very, very challenging time co-parenting with her. And he does come from a place of concern for his kid. Now, I have learned a lot in our last hour from you, actually, about his real feelings about her that have maybe changed my mind a little bit, if I can be honest. But an hour ago, I felt really strong that there was a big part of him that is coming from a place of why can't we take all that energy from the Free Britney crowd and transfer it into Save Britney, because she is clearly not well. And I'm worried about her, and the kids are worried about her.
And I want to say, I've admitted she doesn't look not well. I could see why people say that. I've had that concern. But as I said to Donna earlier, my biggest problem is who are we to judge what's right and wrong with her after all that she's been through? That's my biggest hurdle. And particularly my beef with Kevin. You can watch us discuss it more in depth as a member. Go to popcornplanet.com, hit sign up. You'll get the replays. It may be a little late, guys. Apologies. I'm here and it's harder to sign up, but it'll get there this week. Yeah, I feel like the fact that the conservatorship and specifically her family and K-Fed seemingly all teamed up to sort of use her access to her own kids as a way to keep her performing, to keep making money for them. It makes me sad, man. And to see those kids grow up as sort of Federlines instead of Britney Spears, who funded all of it. It hurts my heart because I do believe, look, Kevin, I'm sure loves the kids. I'll give him that. I would hope he does. But I do believe Britney did as well. And I do believe, as Sam alludes to, and we'll talk more in part 3, some serious parental alienation that went on in that family. And to learn that Justin Timberlake's mom was more empathetic than her own family or her own father of her kids. Like it's hard on K-Fed, but it wasn't hard on Britney. Like I just find his lack of empathy so frustrating, given that, all the chaos she had to live through paid for his lifestyle for years. And now the book he's writing to slander her, also paying for it more. I don't see how any of it helps the kids. It only helps him. And so that's my beef with K-Fed and why I just get frustrated when people say it. Is Britney crazy? I'm not going to say that. I've never said that. But has she been through trauma that could have made her not perfect? Absolutely. Who isn't in this town? Who isn't on meds? Who in Hollywood is normal? It's not our place. Was the conservatorship good for her? Or was it good for them? Like, that's what everyone's like, she needs to be in the conservatorship again. Why? To make more music for you guys? To make the family more money? Is that really good for her? That's always been my problem. And I think Sam brought that up. And I want to go around because, get everyone's thoughts, because this was an interesting information. Like, I didn't buy the story right away, Don. I know you didn't. And I'll be clear. Look, some of that footage of her swerving, it doesn't look good. I won't deny that. At the same time, it's an open road. I've done that, grabbing for a phone. It happens. She's also clearly being chased by paparazzi who are trying to follow her house. And now we're getting reports that, well, she wasn't drunk. She wasn't erratic at the restaurant. She was very nice. This guy came forward and was like, I dealt with a lot of celebrities, and she actually was chiller than most. Did this change your mind at all, Donna, or does this make you still worry about her? Because you didn't actually tell me that. What are your thoughts when you see this headline? Do you not buy this?
So I was saying on my show earlier, and I'm just coming from another perspective. I saw the video, assuming that is Britney in the video, which I think it is. The restaurant owner confirmed it's her. I'm talking about even in the restaurant and then into the car. She does look a little bit out of sorts, okay? I'm just being honest. If I saw anyone, not Britney or anyone, looking like that, driving like that, I would think the same. But just having friends in the restaurant industry here in Los Angeles and in the management industry, like at high-powered restaurants, Craig's, where celebrities go in, et cetera, all the time. Their allegiance is to the patrons of the restaurant. And if Us Weekly is coming to this Oliver Wynn, who is the manager at Red O, which is an upscale restaurant in Thousand Oaks or in Westlake Village, which is like the nicer restaurant in that area where every celebrity that lives in the Calabasas area, that's like a safe haven for them to go to. They know that. They probably know that that is a place that they can go and have drinks. And if they find out that this manager is going to Us Magazine and saying, yeah, Britney Spears came in here and she had a cocktail or two and then she got behind the wheel of her car and she drove home, they're going to say, F this place. I'm definitely not going to go there ever again because clearly I have no privacy. So he obviously has to protect his restaurant and he has to protect the patrons.
But he doesn't have to say anything is what I would argue back. Like,
true.
To me, it's like to really save his ass. No comment, right? But he made comment, which to me, why make that comment if it's false?
Liability. His valet gave her keys.
That's a fair argument. It's a fair argument why he would want to deny the reports. So it didn't look drunk to me because she can't leave drunk. That's a fair point. That's a fair point.
I mean, she was swerving all over the road, and I understand people are like, paparazzi was following her, but I'm not gonna like sugarcoat it. She had one car following her. And if one car follows you and you can't drive correctly, then you should not be driving. I don't want to be mean to Britney, and I'm not coming mean to Britney, but as like a driver on the roads, I wouldn't feel safe if my son was driving that way. I wouldn't feel safe if my husband was driving that way. If that was my husband, I would say, you should not have been driving. You were obviously under the influence. Like, that's crazy driving. And I think if anyone is seeing that and saying, like, give her a break, you're like, you have to be a little bit in denial. Come on. Like, a cop seeing that would pull you over.
Lewis, Michelle, I want to get your thoughts as we do this wrap up. Where do you lean on all this, Lewis?
Well, as the official Britney Spears expert on this panel, Donna and you make a sense, but I gotta say that she's making a little. Her points are just slightly or a lot more solid, man. Because look, even if she wasn't intoxicated, you don't go on the opposite side of the road because you're being chased by a car. That's never happened to me. I don't think that's kind of weird. I think the authorities need to investigate that. And I do believe, I'm not sure, although I look like a lawyer, I'm not. I think, listen, I think the restaurants are responsible if someone is overly intoxicated and they hand the keys to them and they God forbid, hurt someone with their vehicle, I believe they're liable for it. And also, you don't want to be the snitch, right? It's a hot the place is a hot spot for celebrities to do whatever the f they want. So I think, intoxicated or not, it's unacceptable to drive like that. And as far as the conservatorship, I think that damaged her. Yes, and it's not her fault. It's not her fault. I think it's a result. But when you're starting to go in public, now you're leaving the Instagram domain. You're leaving the privacy of your own home domain, and you're going to a public place, driving on the opposite side of the road. Maybe not her fault, maybe it is, but it's got to be looked at, man. I don't know. I don't like that as someone who's lost people like that. I'm not liking it. I don't like seeing that.
Michelle, what do you think?
I actually just watched an interview with her the other day, and she said that one of the best, like most fun parts of being famous is playing around with the paparazzi. So, I mean, I don't think anyone should be driving erratically, but I could see if you're reaching for your phone, not paying attention, talking to the person next to you. I mean, I can see someone swerving around like that quite easily. But I think this is part of her, like, having fun. And maybe if no one was on the road with her at the time, then she didn't think it was maybe as a big deal. But I remember just recently seeing that interview where she said that was the most.
Well, then call the cops on her, because she needs her license revoked. Then it's not fun to do that.
Well, you 100%. I'm not saying that's okay. Because
she was also on a curb. You can't see the incoming traffic.
Well, and looking at, I don't want to show too many photos because we don't know, but this is from the video, and like my problem with Don with the video is like it's out of focus. I can't really tell anything. So zoomed in, and all this looks so crazy. But here's the shot in question of she did. I mean, if that's her. That's not good to see. I'm not going to deny that at all. At the same time, you can see if a car's coming. There's not a car coming. I don't know what the situation was, what happened. I will agree it doesn't look good, but I can't immediately just say, she needs her license. Like when you're in a high-speed car chase, it's a little bit more different like this, in theory. So I give her a little bit more of a benefit, but
drive.
I share.
It's not a high-speed drive. It is a slow, normal drive.
How do you know?
That you see the drive.
I can't tell from that video. I watched the video. You can't really tell.
You just said it's a chase, though. How do you know it's a chase?
It's also around the corners. You're supposed to go way slower than they were going around those corners.
He was just okay. Listen, I mean, okay.
They're way closer to her than they should be, especially going around the canyon. This is one of the canyons, right?
Number one, it's not. There's many canyons here in Los Angeles, and this is there's multiple. I mean, this is more of a wider canyon. It's not. It's more like a highway canyon. There's like Laurel Canyon where it's very, very
whatever.
narrow.
Canyon semantics, Donna. It's a fucking canyon.
But I did see a comment that said, she has suffered through so much trauma. These things trigger her. But if that's the case, then she never should be driving.
I'm not going to deny that. I think look, there's not an issue that she's not having issues. Like I think everyone agrees that Britney, we want the best for her and we want her safe. Where I guess I'm coming out of is like, is Kevin's book really going to help her be safe? Is that what's helping?
No.
You say yes, Donna?
No. I don't think the book helps in any way.
Right. So I think there's a fair point in calling out this behavior in theory, especially the driving, because you're right. That puts people at risk, and she shouldn't drive if she's going to be driving like that, or if the paparazzi are triggering her. It's an easy solve, and if she's refusing to do things like that, that is problematic, and it's going to cause danger to other people. So I could see people being upset with that. I'm not going to sugarcoat or deny it. I still want to learn more about it, but what I still am stuck on, I give her a lot more empathy than K-Fed does, and I don't see how any of this book tour is helping anybody. Like, with all she's been through her family, which you can go watch, like, this woman was traumatized, used, abused by that family for money for years. Her kids, she couldn't get access to her own kids. K-Fed kept way more custody, got tons of money because he had more custody, and then as soon as the custody dries up, the time I write that book, I have trouble. And so I'm triggered by him, I guess. So I do maybe jump to defend her more than in this situation than maybe I should. But I there's ways to help. And it's like, I'm sure K-Fed could have got a message of like, dude, you can't drive like that. And if he had been more empathetic and helpful throughout the years, maybe she would have been more open to hearing it. But I think she's doesn't want to listen to any of those people because, I don't know, I feel like they abused her. Michelle, do you disagree?
No, I definitely think that she was abused for so long. I mean, all of this must bring back so much. And with Keifa's book coming out right now, it's just adding. I mean, everything just piles on and piles on to her. I feel really bad for her right now.
And you said it too, Donna, like, you're not calling her crazy. None of us want to call her crazy. And
Not
the people
at all.
who resort to that, I think, are wrong. Yeah, I understand.
Yeah.
People can be troubled. People can be worried. But they got to understand where she's coming from. And you see that at least, yes?
100%. Like, I am coming from a place of, I think that people don't like hearing any sort of pushback on Britney. I think people get very protective and defensive. And I understand that because people really do feel for her. And I understand that. Like, I'm not trying to be tough, but I also, because I'm not, like we were saying earlier, like Luis was saying, like I'm not a stan. Like, I'm not a I wasn't out there with the protesting. Like, I'm not as invested. So I just look at it from a little bit stepped out, The fact that she already said it was her lookalike and it wasn't her. And when we know it's her because the restaurant already confirmed that it's her, it's like, there's just so much that is just, it's concerning. It's just like, what is up and what is down?
I'm concerned too. It's like, I never know who's actually on her Instagram posting, who's actually speaking on her behalf. That's where I'm still concerned of, like, I don't even know what's happening. There are people who think she's a robot, Donna. Lewis, could Britney be a robot?
Whole page. Yeah.
Listen, what she does on Instagram, dude, man, I'd reach out privately if I was her friend and say, hey, are you okay? And then maybe she is, man. Maybe she is messing around. My only issue is going out in public, driving erratically. That's where I draw the line on things. Getting other, children could be in somebody else, some other vehicle. There were a lot of people using this lady for money. They didn't give a garbage about her. They were taking advantage of her and stuff, probably feeding all these things into her mind. And, she does need help, but not conservatorship, not slavery like they had her in. But, she needs real friends to reach out to her, I do believe, sincerely, man. And, that's my take on it. And I'm a fan. I love her music, man. I'm not a fanatic, but I like her music. Very talented person. I would love to see her come back, do some concerts, and, man, I'd buy a ticket to have fun with that. That's where I'm coming from.
Yeah, I think all good perspectives. I appreciate everybody here. Make sure you support Donna over at Daily Dose of Donna. You support Lewis at Nerd Report. Michelle over here at Popcorn Planet. And hit that subscribe. And stay tuned. Part 3 with Sam Lutfi is a doozy. He gets emotional. It's a moment. And I applaud him, and I'm grateful for him trusting the platform. Some people are still mad at him or mad at me for having him. I want to give everybody a chance. And in giving him a chance and getting to push him a little bit harder behind the scenes, I do feel he's being genuine. And I will leave you with this. I do think he wouldn't have come on and spread lies, especially Lou Taylor and some of the stuff he said, if he wasn't telling the truth, because those people are very litigious. They're very litigious, and I don't think they would want to risk. He would want to risk more lawsuits by spreading a bunch of lies. So, I'm hopeful that he's telling the truth. He did feel genuine. Tomorrow's part 3 is going to be a big one, so make sure to check it out. Subscribe to all these folks. Stay tuned. We got a lot more coming your way here on Popcorn Planet.